if what we mean by where is Washington is there going to be a coherent, sensible, legislated energy policy, the answer is no, isn't it?
I was just going to say, surely you jest. I would say Washington's in the Potomac, and that's about the best we can hope for. No, it's gotten to be a very troubling situation because as we watch, it was dysfunctional before. Now with Boehner gone, I think you're going to see the lines become even more difficult to breach, that they're going to be more hard and fast, and it's going to be more difficult to develop policy. There are going to be some breakthroughs. I mean, common sense has to prevail at some point. We have a country desperately in need of policy.
We're dealing with a global issue, can barely be dealt with a national issue. Can you really expect to make progress at the state level? That's for Dan.
Yeah, I thought you were looking.
Oh.
That's your turn.
Absolutely, you can make progress. But before I get to that, let's not forget a couple of things that are actually still going on in Washington, despite the difficulties between the President and Congress, and that is the EPA's Clean Power Plan, the corporate average fuel economy, the CAFE standards, ratcheting up. There's a lot still happening, but it's not regulatory, but it's not happening on Capitol Hill, and it's not happening in any cooperative way between the Hill and the President. And as you just heard from the governor, the states are stepping out in a very fundamental way, and it's both red states and blue states and some purple states. So California, just a couple weeks ago, we adopted the legislature adopted a 50% renewable portfolio standard, and there's a 40% greenhouse gas emissions requirement that's in an executive order that both Schwarzenegger and Governor Brown signed off on in their administration. And that'll move a lot of activity at the state level. And as the governor said, implementing the Clean Power Plan is bringing a lot of states together around the country. So, yeah, not much happening in Washington in a legislative sense, but I remain mildly optimistic that we're going to continue to make progress in the power sector, in the transportation sector, and increasingly on the industrial side.
You buy that, Andy?
No, I'm not sure. I have such respect for Dan and Christy, but no, I'm not sure at all. Can you give me a show of hands of who is modifying their own business planning or business models around the Clean Power Plan right now? There's a guy. Okay, couple of them.
Over there.
All right. So this is a big deal in Washington and policy world. This is huge. But for everybody who's actually out there sort of making money, investing, deploying technology, accelerating into the marketplace, this is a very large stimulus plan for lawyers for the next decade that generally doesn't impact most of what is occurring in real-time relevance to clean energy evolution. And so I think there is a lot going on in Washington, but a lot of it is just generally irrelevant.